Welcome back. We return with more breaking news coming in. Mehul Choksi plea challenging extradition will be heard by the top court in Belgium today. Responding to CNN News18, Advocate General Henry van der Linden confirmed that Mehul Choksi's appeal against extradition will be heard by the top court in Belgium, and this is going to happen today on the 9th of December. I beg your pardon. The court will only examine the legal aspects of the Court of Appeal's verdict, and no new facts or evidence can be presented during the hearing, is what the Advocate General said. Parties must submit their complaints in written when filing the appeal. Also noted, further can be added afterwards. So this is what he has said. But I do want to go across to CNN News 18's Ananya Bhatnagar, who joins us with more on what can be expected legally in this case going forward. 9th of December is the date that's been set, is when this case will come up in Belgium's top court. Ananya, tell us what we're expecting here, because another court earlier did pave the way for Mehul Choksi's extradition, which is what Choksi had challenged, is why we're going to see this development in the top court in Belgium on the 9th of December.
Well, absolutely. In fact, it was the Court of Appeals in Belgium, which is equivalent to a high court in our country. And that had actually turned down the appeal that was filed by Mehul Choksi as far as challenging his extradition is concerned. And now finally it is in fact the Supreme Court of Belgium, or the Court of Cassation that it is generally called in Belgium, that would be hearing his appeal on the 9th of December. Is what in fact the Advocate General of the Court of Cassation and also the spokesperson of the Court of Cassation of in fact Belgium has told CNN News 18 in responding to an email query. In fact, they also go on to say that these would be written proceedings mostly, and in fact Mehul Choksi is somebody who has challenged his extradition proceedings and has challenged that particular order of the High Court, the Court of Appeal of Belgium. However, Mr. Advocate General have also very categorically told us that these are proceedings which are written in nature, and the Court of Cassation only goes into whether the Court of Appeal has applied its mind correctly in the legal sense, and it's completely a legal hearing. Not much facts are actually presented in this particular hearing. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how things pan out and what whether the Court of Cassation will also pave the way for, in fact, Mr. Mehul Choksi's return back to India, because it is in fact the highest court in Belgium, and if at all it turns down the appeal, then it would be like the last nail in the coffin, and definitely then extradition proceedings could actually begin for Mehul Choksi in this particular case. So we'll have to wait and watch as to how things pan out and whether any kind of a relief is granted to Mehul Choksi as far as the Court of Cassation's hearing on the 9th of December is concerned.
Okay, so 9th of December is indeed an important hearing, especially for law enforcement agency officials here in India and seeking Mehul Choksi's extradition. Thank you, Ananya, for joining us with all those details. Heading into a very short break with that. We'll be right back. Keep watching.